Yo, I'm back, okay? You might be like, why are you recording again on the same day if you're if you can tell. If you can, man, what the fuck? Shit is opening. Okay. And you might also be like, wow, why is this guy so energy? Or have so much energy? And I will tell you why. I just watched the best fucking first episode of an anime I've ever seen in my life. That was absurd. That was crazy. That was fucking great. I was astonished. I was blown away. I so as the title says, ZOM100. Oh my god, this show is so peak. This show, I am astonished that I haven't heard about the manga unless it like is just nowhere near as good. The first episode was fucking phenomenal. That was genuinely great. That was like I'm gonna say something that I don't know if many people are gonna agree with, but I would genuinely. You have seen my ratings. I don't put anything pretty much past like a 98. Like I put Monster, which is I would say one of the best shows of all time, at a 98. There's a few anime episodes I would probably put a 10 out of 10. This is the best anime episode I've ever seen. The best first episode. This shit was so good. I love anime for one reason. And it's mainly the exaggerated colors. Shows like Demon Slayer, shows like Jujutsu Kaisen's kind of a bad example. Shows like Demon Slayer are my favorite. Bleach's Thousand Year Blood War arc. Even One Piece, as much as I didn't like it at the beginning, it's got very colorful. A lot of anime is the colors and how exaggerated everything is, which I think is an amazing, amazing thing. Because so just a little fun fact, I am colorblind. Not badly, but my reds and greens kind of get fucked. Like pretty bad, honestly. but but my reds and greens get kind of fucked up. So I really appreciate when colors are just super vibrant and bright and different. Because when I'm watching a lot of like TV shows and playing a lot of games, to be honest, everything like nature to me is the most dull shit I will ever see in my life. It is just all brown, essentially. Like it's super dull. In like anime though, and certain games and other stuff, they accentuate the colors and it makes me love it so much more. Like Ghost of Tsushima does the same thing. It's still like dullish, but it's super colorful compared to like IRL, and it looks so good. It makes me love it so much more. And this anime does this to a amazing degree. I was like, you can tell that I love a show. I'm gonna upload this video tonight. This is coming out the night it came out, the night I watched it. I'm gonna upload two whole fucking videos because of how good this is and how I have to talk about it with somebody because one of my friends hasn't watched it yet and the other one I just told to watch it. So I have no one to talk about, so I have to talk about it with you guys because this is seriously the best first episode I have seen in so long. I am so invested so quickly. I like the first like 3 minutes I was like, okay, this is interesting. After that, I was like this is fucking great. Like this is the best thing I've seen in so long. Um so so just the concept, I don't want to spoil it too bad because I think you just should watch it. But it's a dude who works at a studio producing ads, and he um has a real shit time, let's say. It is not good. It's Japanese work culture is really bad, IRL and just like everything. I mean, work culture in general I think is actually horrible. Japanese work culture from what I've seen is even worse. Um, so they're showing a lot of that where it's you can just see, man, holy shit. Like I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm gonna give a small spoiler here, like a very small one. It's like at the very beginning. He stays at work for 2 full fucking days. Like he stays working the whole time, and it's like Jesus Christ, like that. And that I know that happens like to certain companies in Japan. It's fucking crazy, but I don't want to talk about that because that makes me sad. But so he works at that place. Zombie outbreak starts, right, and this guy's like, you know what? He's like, oh my god, I don't have to go to work tomorrow. He's like, I don't have work today. What the fuck? That's crazy. What? And then the my I'm not gonna spoil it, but bro, Oh my god, after that point, the episode is so good. Oh my god, it was so good. I want it to stay like that. Like if it stays on this level of quality. I was also astonished. I've never heard of this. Well, okay, I've heard of this animation studio because they make Pokemon. But Pokemon has like the most mid-tier animation I've ever seen in my life. Like sometimes it's cool, don't get me wrong. But I was like, okay, well, it's gonna look all right, but I'm sure it's not gonna be like anything special. No, this is special. This is like anime at its peak. Honestly, this is for me at least. I am super into colors. I have two different um like versions of art that I make. I make either completely black and white like that from Vagabond, or art that is most or and the extension of that is art that is mostly black and white and with some red or like one color accentuated because I think it makes it look cool. Um or the most colorful thing you can ever imagine. I'm not good with colors, so I don't draw that honestly, but that's my other type of like drawings that I actually love. Are the super colorful like things that pop essentially. And this show, the whole thing looks like that. The whole thing. Oh my god. It was so good, bro. It's funny when it's trying to be funny. It's serious when it's trying to be serious. It's unintentionally, well, not even unintentionally. It's intentional, but it's just like the situation is just funny to like laugh at. It's like cuz anyone who works, I work a very minimal job. I work like 15, 30 hours or 50, yeah, 15 to 20 hours a week. I do not work nearly as much as some people do. And I 100% feel the main character with all of my heart. I completely get this man. So I'm sure if anyone works like longer, to be fair, I do have some experience working some insane overtime, and that was awful. That was like the worst thing I've ever experienced. So I really, you just feel this man. Anyone will. Anyone who has worked a day of or they don't even have to work. Going to school could this kid could or this show could have been about a guy who's in high school or a girl who's in high school and is so tired of school that they just want it to end. And it would have been just it's you can relate to it essentially is what I'm saying. This man is so real like constantly and you feel bad for him and you also are like and you're kind of like, okay, this guy's kind of crazy. Zombie outbreak just started, and he's out here like, I'm finally free. I don't have to go to work. But then you remember what his work was like, and you're like, yeah, that's fair enough. Honestly, maybe. Um, but like I said, I really don't want to spoil too much. But I had to talk about it. It is so good. It I I didn't I so I heard like some murmurs of some people who'd read the manga being like, no, this is a really good like series. Like you guys should be excited. And they were like, it's a zombie show, so it's rare. Well, it's not often that you see a zombie show that isn't like isekai or just trash in general. Um, so and I'm not a big zombie guy to be honest. I will say a lot of my favorite games do are happen to be zombie games. But I think that's just because it's so good. I don't think the zombies are like, oh my god, I love zombies or anything like that. It's just a lot of games that have zombies in them are really good. Uh, but it's so good, and this show, this it genuinely, I think it's my favorite. So you guys know that I love Bleach. Like I just made a 40-minute video talking about how good Bleach is. This is the better episode. And I loved the Bleach first episode of Thousand Year Blood War. I fucking loved it. But this first episode, I could show this to my parents and they would completely think it's just as good. That is how good it is. I am genuinely tempted to show this show to my parents whenever the dub comes out for the first episode. Even if the show falls off after that, even if I just got this first episode and nothing else ever came from the show, I would be still so happy with it. I would have still probably given it a genuine like a 10 out of 10. And you might be wondering, well, Ryan, what would you actually give it? I would honestly give this an 11 out of 10. I think this blew me out of the water. I think this is the perfect way to start a series. I loved this so much. And you might be like, well, you're kind of exaggerating, but as I talked about earlier, I have some like really it's not like deep, it's not like connections to me personally, but it kind of is. Like the colors to me, when they're that vibrant and bright, it just makes me so much happier because I can see them essentially. Like I can see the red and the green when it's that bright and that different. And I just appreciate it. Like anyone loves fucking colorful things. They're fucking cool. And this show does it perfectly. And they also do a black and white type thing as well that's really good. They also fucking the impact frames, there was no reason to go that hard, bro. I was like, "Oh my god, whoa." Um God, is there anything else? And oh, the story just sounds, it's so good. It just sounds good from this, like even if it's literally just him doing what what he's like, setting up in the first episode, I'm so down. I am so down to watch it. It sounds so good. Even if, yeah, hell, if this literally was just absolutely trash from here on out, and if it kept this level of animation, I'd probably keep watching it. That's how much I love this animation. It is genuinely, like I said, very rarely do I upload 2 videos in a day, much less record 2. And you saw my video earlier about Thriller Bark. I was so tired, and that was at like 12 today. It's now 12 in the morning, and I'm still watching it. Well, actually it's not 12, it's 11. But and I was just finishing watching. I was in my bed literally like about to fall asleep. And then well, not about to fall asleep, but I was watching anime because I watch like 20 episodes of One Piece a night. So I watched it before this though, or all the One Piece, and I had to talk about it. Like I said, if I was rating this first episode, a genuine 11 out of 10. I think you have to watch this. I think if you like anime or just enjoy a fun show, bro, this is for you. This is for everyone. And there's also a live adaptation. I'm not gonna watch that because I do think it not being an anime will probably make it a lot less, colorful and popping, which is what I love so much about it. So that's about it. Oh yeah, don't mind the Chinese finger trap. I've just been messing with it. Finger trap. Okay. Later. Watch ZOM100, please. I'm begging you. This shit, you will not regret it, my friend. I promise you. You will not regret it.